Well, the Caniacs convene outside the eye, inside the RBC Center. Welcome back, everybody. GlaxoSmithKline will give us the goaltending matchup tonight. On the Atlanta side, Ondrej Pavelec, number 6 in terms of save percentage. Their team defense is number 26. He's coming off a 4-2 loss against Calgary on Thursday night. Cam Ward for the Hurricanes, 38 saves, 3-0 loss against Toronto on the same evening. Carolina's team defense is number 24. The officials. The referees are Mike Lego, there he is, and Brian Pochmara, David Brisebois, Johnny Murray on the lines.
Well, the Hurricanes all came in yesterday. They did not skate. They did have a very good first 10 minutes in their last home game Tuesday against the Boston Bruins. That'll be important tonight again.
Sit back and enjoy the 65th all-time meeting, the third of 6 this season between these two teams. Ondrej Pavelec puts it on a tee for Big Dustin Byfuglien. Tim Gleason a pinch on Nicholas Bergfors. Brandon Sutter back in his own zone for the Hurricanes. Standing on a clear out was Corvo, and now Sutter out to center. Away they go in the person of Jiri Tlusty. Tlusty's pass off the stick of Ron Hainsey. Loose in back of the goal. Evander Kane gets to it for Atlanta, and now they reorganize. Atlanta 1 point ahead of Carolina, as we outlined in the open. They are 12-10-4 on the road this season. Carolina 13-9-2 here. Hainsey with a shot blocked in front, negated by Joni Pikkanen, and it's played here by the Hurricanes' Eric Cole. He gets away from a sweep check from Nick Antropov. It's loose at the Atlanta line. Sergei Samsonov over the line, wheels it inside. Cole goes to work. Off the back of the goal, he gets it back. Eric Cole on a cycle inside for Eric Stahl. And a bear hug applied by Antropov. That's let go. He was all over Eric Stahl. Zach Bogosian off for Hainsey. Out they come. Good read by Jamie McBain. A loose puck. Hurricanes are on it. Cole with a shot. Fought off by Pavelec. Played by Kane. To the corner they go. Racing in is Ian White. White in control. Out in front. Great save by Pavelec. Robbing Eric Cole.
Boy, that was a heck of a 5-man attack. Let's dial it back to that good pinch from Jamie McBain. And he was in a good position because he had a high forward. The defense and the forwards were working as one. Look at Samsonov. That puck breaks out. He's there to bail out Ian White. So it's a good pinch where you're winning on both fronts. And Pavelec, a very strong low pad save.
Face off, won by the Hurricanes. Jay Harrison gets to it. Loose along the boards as we see the rookie Jeff Skinner for Chad LaRose. Pinned there. Tied up a bit at the defense by Johnny Oduya. Now it goes by Oduya. At the point for Carolina, Jay Harrison. Dustin Byfuglien, 41 scoring points so far. Now it's played by Tuomo Ruutu. It appeared offside. Carolina tags up. Johnny Oduya in control. He'll swing away for Byfuglien. 16 goals, leading all defensemen in terms of that category. Brian Little, Andrew Ladd, nullified by Ian White. Ladd out of the corner, punched ahead by Arturs Kolda. And now it's played loose along the wall here and cleared out to center ice. Back in the Atlanta zone. Kolda takes over and wheels off for the veteran Brent Sopel. Out to center, they approach. Alexander Burmistrov, the rookie, with a shot. Stick save for Cam Ward. Burmistrov pays a price. To an open corner for Corvo. He reverses out of the reach of Gleason. A spin move by Zach Boychuk. Held in by Rich Peverly. Turned over, though, and Carolina restarts.
Well, you see Boychuk here on the fourth line with Bodie and Carter. Good to see the flow early to get all 4 lines, not even 3 minutes in.
Forechecking pressure by Troy Bodie on Arturs Kolda. Off of Kolda, out in front. He'll play it along. He's just been summoned from the American Hockey League. Out of the corner now. Bodie. Inside for Samsonov. Working Tim Stapleton. Stopping and starting. Dealt away. Bodie back to the point. It's Gleason. Arister looking for a tip. Nullified by Brent Sopel. Back out to center. Here's Rich Peverly. From well out. He'll float it deep. Get a line change.
Peverly did a good job of fronting Gleason on that point. It's going to be crucial to see if the Hurricanes, who've had a lot of shots blocked by the Bruins and Maple Leafs, they can find a way to get it through.
Byfuglien over skates. Carolina goes to work. It's dug out by Antropov. He's been red hot of late. Evander Kane over the line. His shot deflects off Pikkanen. Played top of your screen by Oduya. Anthony Stewart Leaves it off for Kane. Hunted down by McBain. Sutter with his head on a swivel from his own zone. Sets up Pickenin. Back out to center ice. Along the boards they jockey for it. Kane's on it. He sidesteps a big hit from Patrick Dwyer, and a penalty is called.
Yeah, I think that he got the leg out. I couldn't tell for sure. The intent is absolutely correct, trying to send a physical message. Wow. No, I'm going to have to say that's a good, clean hit from Patrick Dwyer. Now, the referee was to the left of the screen here. You see him there at the tail end. And I think Dwyer actually was very responsible in keeping that leg in. And that's an unfortunate break for the Hurricanes.
So Dwyer gone for tripping at 4:02. Atlanta to the power play. Number 9 overall, number 7 on the road. Carolina, number 25 on the kill, number 17 at home. Atlanta in the last 5, they've only had 10 power plays, and they are 0 for 10. Puck in control. Thrashers shot by Bufflin, turned out by Ward. Peverly at the half wall. He'll set it up. Rich Peverly, top of the umbrella, getting it back from Bufflin. Peverly, downstairs it goes, broken up. Stahl turns, clears the zone.
Yeah, that's a good play from Corvo, and Bufflin has such a heavy shot. There aren't many that shoot it harder other than Weber and Chara. That's a good save from Cam Ward.
Bufflin on the tape of Antropov, and deep it goes. Leeson tied up. Battle ensues from the corner. Brent Sopel at the point. Backhand dish. Finding Peverly, walking, and off the stick of Kane. A loose puck. Out to center. Sutter, short-handed, walks in for a chance. He hit the side of the goal. He gets it back, and it's fork tie. Brandon Sutter loses control, but what a job by number 16.
I think he could be a huge factor in this game. Western Hockey League character, and he hasn't played in a lot of games of this magnitude. I think he's going to relish it.
Ryan Little. As they cross the line, it's offside, 56 seconds left. What a chance for Brandon Sutter.
Watch this acceleration. Good job by Cole. I mean, he is, it has a breakaway by a couple of steps just because of that explosive power. And Ondrej Pavelec is patient, and you see him use that big size that he's got with his lower body. One good pad save from each pad for him.
We welcome those of you watching the Alabama-Tennessee SEC basketball game tonight. We will update you with the final score when it's available. 14:40 left to go in this first period. Scoreless hockey. The Canes are short for the period of time you see at the top of your screen. Bogosian pays a price. Finished off by Chad LaRose. It's left off for Dustin Bufflin. Here's Zach Bogosian. Nick Bergfors on the wing for Ladd. Broken up, cleared out by Sutter. Carolina kills more time. Only 13 seconds left on that kill. Andrew Ladd, no goals in his last 7, wipes it in. Chris Thorburn, Ryan Little, loose puck, back to the point, Bogosian. Hainsey, slap pass, negated by Gleason, and baseball batted out. That's a home run by Brandon Sutter. And now a penalty is called. We'll tell you about it when we come back. 13:50 left to go in the first period. Great action in scoreless hockey in Raleigh.
Against the Boston Bruins, that'll be important tonight again.
Played the puck in the no play zone outside the trapezoid, and he gets the call.
Well, the question is, was that a high stick, great hand eye from Sutter? And if it was, I don't think it was going to be called. That would have meant that by touching the puck, Dwyer would have had the whistle blown anyway.
Well, just below shoulder. Close. Very close, though.
Yeah, but that's the usefulness of that new rule. I mean, you can see Pavelec was trying to wait for it, but then he felt the pressure. But had that been a high stick, he wouldn't have had to worry about that.
So the Canes have their first power play, and they are 13th overall, number 6 at home. Atlanta, tough time killing penalties this season. Number 29, that's overall, number 30 on the road. Stahl. Upended, route 2 in the corner, met by Johnny Oduya and Brent Sopel. Oduya has the puck. The former Devil moves away from Jeff Skinner. He tries to get by Corvo. It's carried in, offside.
Well, as I said, Paul Maurice brought all the guys in yesterday, and I think he had the intention of practicing. Then he talked to his trainer, Pete Friesen, and there's some guys that are banged up, and so they used the day to try to rebuild their energy and look at some video. And that's how a coach leans on a guy like Friesen. There's a lot of credence in what Pete says. And that's the way the Hurricanes adjusted with what they did with their off day because of it.
Carolina 2-3 in their last 5, 4-6 in their last 10. Atlanta 1-3-1 in their last 5 and 2-5-3 in their last 10. Here's Corvo. Quarterbacking this power play. He had a 6-game streak stopped Thursday night in Toronto. Good sweep check by Freddie Modine. Comes all the way down to Cam Ward. Skinner right back. He'll dump it in. Hard around it goes. Thorburn tries to clear. Good anticipation by Jamie McBain, but it's cleared out at the defense by Ron Hainsey.
Now you mentioned Modine, a Stanley Cup winner with Tampa. That's one of the guys, if you're Craig Ramsey, who was part of that Tampa Stanley Cup winning team that you rely on for leadership in a game like this.
He's just had so many injuries over the last few years. Boychuk, pulled off by Pavlik. Boychuk centers one off the Atlanta goaltender. He gets it back. Now it's Corvo. Along the wall, Samsonov. He'll look it over. Sergei Samsonov looking for Boychuk. Good play that time by Ladd and Oduya. They dump it out.
All right, Pavlik has been Atlanta's best player here early. I mean, that's a great transitional play. And Zach Boychuk, who was on the receiving end of that Armstrong hit, has had a good start.
Pickett dumps it in. Around the boards it goes. Play is whistled dead on the touch. We'll take a look at that last save by Ondrej Pavlik.
Well, it's so important on the power play to come up as a group, and the hottest Hurricane, Corvo, finds Boychuk to the outside. And it hasn't necessarily looked pretty, but Ondrej Pavlik, who had a case for the All-Star game, has made 2 good glove saves. Here are the several quality stops so far.
Face-off comes all the way back in the Carolina zone. Peverly on the draw. He'll change it up here. Boychuk comes in. He wins the face-off. Pickett now will deal it back. 8 seconds left in terms of this Carolina power play. Here's Joni Pickett. Through center, stretch pass intended for Samsonov. Peppered by Zach Bogosian. Patrice Cormier, who is serving the penalty for the goaltender, is back on the ice as Atlanta ices the puck. Rex Healthcare. Injuries and scratches.
Well, for the Hurricane, Jussi Jokinen really isn't any closer. He may not make the road trip that begins in New Jersey Tuesday. Enstrom is the big loss. He was an all-star. He plays with Bufflin. He makes everybody around him better. You know, Paul Maurice even drew comparisons in some ways with his puck-moving ability from the back end to former Devil Scott Niedermayer.
Brandon Sutter, Yuri Tlusty, Patrick Dwyer on the face-off. The forward line here for Carolina. Peverly, flanked by Modine. And also on that line, they make a quick change, was Cormier. Puck comes all the way back. Archer's Kolda. Now Evander Kane tied up by Carolina's Jamie McBain. They jockey along the boards. It's punched out. It comes all the way back in Kane's ice.
I think it's a great matchup. One guy plays the wing, one plays center, but out of the Western Hockey League, haven't played many big games, but I think he'll play well in them. Kane versus Sutter.
Oh, be a great matchup. And both young players. Evander Kane, only 19 years of age. 4th overall in 09, and of course Brandon Sutter will turn the tender age of 22 on the 14th of February. Now it's cleared ahead. Here's Tuomo Ruutu, our spotlight player. Robbed here by Patrice Cormier, who throws on the brakes. A tight turn on Joni Pickett. Chris Thorburn along the boards, tied up by Ian White. Now a check by Ruutu on Cormier. Thorburn off the paddle of Ward, who melts it down.
Good job finding that slot area there by Joni Pitkinen, not leaving it. The Canes have had a couple of situations where they have had that type of positioning in front of Cam Ward here in the first almost 10 minutes. A lot of size up front. Thorburn is one of several Atlanta Thrasher players that bring that to the table. Here he just buys that space with his strength. Good active stick from Cam Ward there as well before he covers.
Nice job of boxing out by Joni Pickett. Now the puck comes all the way back. Brent Sopel. Atlanta Thrashers are very good at blocking shots. They lead the NHL, and Sopel leads the team. Now it's knocked down. Ladd, shot taken, good save for Ward, rebound out in front. Denied as the Canes get back.
I don't know if Cam made a rebound save in a delicate position with his stick. Ladd makes that happen with a nifty stick play.
Stahl off the wall, intended for Samsonov. Johnny Oduya reverses for Bufflin. Bergfors goes after it. Snapped ahead by Cole. Inside for Eric Stahl, getting away from Bufflin. Bufflin defending the captain. Stahl stays with it. What a pass! What a save! Pavlik robbing Cole. Out come the Thrashers. Bufflin dropping it off for Bergfors. His shot caught by Cam Ward. 9.5 left to go in the first period. We are still goalless here in Raleigh. Both goaltenders at the top of their games. Here's Cam Ward with a demonstration of that.
Ondrej Pavlik has done what a road goaltender needs to do, and that's to weather a storm early. What a pass. After Atlanta captain Andrew Ladd makes a great feed at the other end, there's Eric Stahl. And Pavlik gets over. I don't think Eric Cole got all of it. This was after the pass from Ladd, and Cam Ward prevents Little, who's historically been good against Carolina, from scoring.
Here's the update on that SEC basketball game. Alabama with 10 seconds left in overtime by 5 over the Volunteers from Tennessee. Icing is called here. John and Tripodi as always. Fox Sports Carolinas. 9:19 left in period 1.
Eric Stahl and former Hurricane and now captain Andrew Ladd are very good friends. And when Andrew was named captain by Rick Dudley and Craig Ramsey, they said they were looking forward to some great captain showdowns. Well, not only do they have it, but they have it with high stakes tonight.
Oh, this is high noon. This is a showdown, and Gary Cooper, God bless him, he was the man in high noon. You remember that, don't you?
Of course I do.
I don't think you do.
Both guys have had their guns going early in passing situations.
Alabama has defeated Tennessee 65-60. Close the books on that. Shots here in this first period. 6-5 Atlanta. Both goaltenders have been spectacular. Chad LaRose chugging down the right side. Centers one, broken up by Zach Bogosian. And it's cleared out by Ron Hainsey. Atlanta coming off back-to-back losses at home this week against the Islanders on Tuesday. And a hard-fought 4-2 loss, actually a 3-2 game with an empty netter against Calgary on Thursday night.
They really felt they played well against Calgary, and if they continue that style of play, Craig Ramsey expects a different result.
The spotlight tonight is on Tuomo Ruutu, and here is the scouting report.
Well, he always brings great energy. He has above-average offensive skills, especially here this season. You know, he was drafted as an ultra-skilled player in the first round by the Blackhawks, and that's the thing you're going to find about a trade that has worked out very well for both teams. Ladd, Ruutu, supreme character. Character in such a manner you never have to worry about the compete level of either guy.
No, and they both play through a lot of pain. Both boys do. Ruutu on a pace for 63 points right now. That would be a career best. Thrashers ice the puck again.
And that actually, when I think back about the deal, that was the common denominator between both Tuomo and Andrew, is neither guy could stay healthy. And fortunately, they've been able to have improved success on that area that you can't control since then.
That's such a knock against players when people say that, but everybody does. You know, always hurt. And sometimes, obviously, it's not their fault. Here's Tuloski. Try and make a move. Back to the point, McBain, a wrister, swallowed by Ondrej Pavlik.
And the trades that work out best are the ones that help both teams. And Andrew Ladd won a Stanley Cup with the Chicago Blackhawks. Rick Dudley, the general manager of the Thrashers, had ties to building Chicago, and so he gets him and names him captain. And Tuomo Ruutu has been part of a line here for a long stretch of time with Skinner and LaRose that has been outstanding. And you think about the splash he made his first game as a Hurricane, getting cut. Great leadership from the very beginning.
Yep. Arriving just in time for the game. And he said, yeah, sure, I'm playing. Kolda. This way for Anthony Stewart. He'll dump it in. To the corner they go. Evander Kane going down. He gets back up. Jamie McBain in control for the Hurricanes. At the point, Byfuglien a keep. Evander Kane, nice move to the outside. Good defense by McBain. They turn it to the slot off Bergfors. Byfuglien. He'll go wide, a tough time finding the handle. He's working Samsonov. A penalty will be called. They grind a cycle, delayed whistle. Extra man out there. This way, Brian Little taking a pass and a shot and a goal. Nick Bergfors on the weak side. Little with the fake, then the pass, and the finish by Nicholas Bergfors. 1-0 Atlanta.
That's a heck of a look by Little. And it began with the penalty. You're going to watch it here. Let's see if Sergei Samsonov's stick gets horizontal. Yeah, that's a hook. And now Byfuglien, who's a rover of all rovers, the extra attacker comes on. And let's just watch here. Little had traffic in front. I thought he'd shoot. And Bergfors, that has to be sweet because he committed a turnover late in the game against Calgary that led to the game-winning goal. No chance for Cam Ward, and that's why I say Brian Little historically has been good against Carolina. That is an outstanding read. But how about Byfuglien? Byfuglien hasn't been scoring pointless in 12 games. He had a huge role in that.
Nick Bergfors, his 11th from Brian Little and Johnny Oduya at 12:33, 1-0 Thrashers. Through center, it comes back. Leeson goes D to D for Corvo. On the wing, Bodie negated by Kolda. Now it's loose this way for Patrice Cormier. He was part of the Ilya Kovalchuk transaction a year ago yesterday. Cormier going wide of Corvo. Shot taken, denied by Ward. Patrice Cormier stays with it. The rookie drops it off on a cycle. Alexander Burmistrov was knocked down. He gets back up. He was picked one spot after Jeff Skinner this past June. Now it's played by Peverley. Back to the point. Bogosian's shot turned out with a purpose by Cam Ward, and it goes out of play.
Well, that really is a special teams goal, even though the power play never began. And that has to give Dustin Byfuglien a ton of confidence. He's the guy way down low that draws the penalty. Then he goes to the front of the net. Just makes things so much more of a threat. And see, I looked right here and I said, well, he's going to just fire this puck Little. And he was able to look up. Bergfors probably called for it, and it's a well-executed play.
Along the wall, Anthony Stewart, power forward. His career has been rejuvenated here with Atlanta. Originally a first-rounder by the Florida Panthers. It goes deep. Back of the goal, Dwyer tracks it down, given a rough ride that time by Kane. Sutter goes hard at Bogosian. Talusti throws it back for Yoni Pikkanen. His shot stopped by Pavlik, loose out in front. And Atlanta will survive.
Well, he looked behind him there. I thought at first it might have hit the post, but it didn't have the sound like it did up here.
Well, we'll see it again. He did look behind him. Yoni Pikkanen hasn't scored in 27 games. Looking for one there. Tuomo Ruutu now will dump it in. Little drops it off for Johnny Oduya. Played by Dustin Byfuglien. Up the middle they go. Ladd knocks it down. Bergfors. Brian Little. Defended by Ian White. It's centered. Mopped up by Harrison. White in the corner. Broken up by Little. Little. This way for Byfuglien. Quickly across Oduya. He'll saddle it down deep for Bergfors. Flushed out by White. Here's Freddie Modine. Modine plays it where it's knocked down. Bergfors shot deflects wide of Ward, who slows it down. 5:11 left to go in the first period. Nicholas Bergfors has the goal. And the Atlanta Thrashers have a 1-0 lead. We're back here, and let's go back in time, Mr. Tracy. The first game as a Carolina Hurricane for Tuomo Ruutu.
I think it was, against the Hurricanes' next opponent, Colin White and the New Jersey Devils. He was cut the first 10 minutes. He had arrived from the airport from Chicago just in time to play the game. You can see he didn't wear a half shield at the time, and he made that adjustment during the following offseason, where he said, I want to get used to it during that summer time skating, so then it won't be a big deal in the regular season.
February 26th, 2008. Thrown across, Johnny Oduya with a shot wide of Ward. Ladd the rebound, off a stick. Another chance, Brian Little. Back to the point. Dustin Byfuglien in control, defended by Samsonov. Here's Andrew Ladd. Bit of punishment thrown at him by Corvo. It's centered. Gleason for Sergei Samsonov, and away they go. Indirect pass, a lead feed for Cole. Defended by Oduya. Out of the corner, Samsonov. To the point, Gleason. His shot through traffic, blocked. Loose out in front. Cleared by Peverly, back out to center.
The Hurricanes are doing a good job of, number one, using their points, and for the most part, getting shots through across the board. I think Pitkanen had a good one there, Gleason.
Shots are 9-7, Atlanta. At the point now, it's played here and turning with it. Yuri Talusti, Oduya along the boards, Vermistrov. Alexander Vermistrov springing, Rich Peverly. Through center ice, Freddie Modine, a snapper, blocked by Joni Pikkanen. Getting to it, Jamie McBain. Forechecking is Big Modine. Now it's Peverly. Peverly along the wall, grinds a cycle, one-timer Kulda. Fought off by the blocker of Cam Ward. A loose puck. Ryan Carter moves it away for Joni Pikkanen, who throws it ahead. Alexander Vermistrov back in his own zone. Archer's Kulda back out to center ice. 3:34 left to go in this first period. Nick Bergfors has the goal, 1-0 Atlanta. Now it's cleared ahead by Kulda, back out to center. Ian White, D-to-D for Jay Harrison. Head manning off the stick of Ryan Carter. You see it come deep. Now you see it from ice level. Kulda with a glove pass, that's legal in the defensive zone. Cormier ties up a man. Harrison has it though, off a skate and wide. A loose puck. Troy Bodie's after it. Broken up by Sopel momentarily. Good forechecking shift here for the trio of Carter, Bodie, and Boychuk.
And using the point, Cormier just got a piece of that Harrison wrister. And Jay's whole idea there was just get it by the first guy, and he almost did.
Antropov, Stewart. Anthony Stewart from the neutral zone. A fair catch for Cam Ward, who hangs on.
Looks like a little bit of, I wonder what Chad LaRose said. I mean, Chad has that uncanny ability to just say something.
He's got a few.
Stewart, who he was talking to, he's had a great rejuvenation, former first-round pick for Florida. Well, let's look at this. Hockey hero growing up, Mario Lemieux. Manchester United, all Europeans love football, which is soccer over there. And his favorite TV character, wouldn't he love you calling a couple of his goals tonight?
Well, I'll do it, and I'll love doing it, but is that legit? That had nothing to do with him being the spotlight player. I just want to point that out.
No, if that
is true.
We saw that before the game, our pre-production. I asked him because he was stretching when I went down for the bench interview with Gleason. He confirmed it.
Yeah, well, he may be stretching with his selection of favorite TV character. I feel like Bugs Bunny. It comes out to center ice. Samsonov now will go deep. Bogosian now lays along for Hainsey. And that is a great compliment. You have to have the utmost respect for Tuomo Ruutu. The way he plays the game. Stewart now clears it out to center ice. 2:12 left, period one. Eric Stahl on the tape of Tim Gleason. He'll scoop it ahead. Carolina in the process of a line change. Zach Bogosian, young defenseman out of Messina, New York. Ron Hainsey paired with him on defense, under 2 minutes left. Carolina awaiting Atlanta in the neutral zone. No forecheck here, and it's cleared out by Hainsey all the way back. A loose puck. They get icing out of that.
Well, let's look at Ruutu. The Hurricanes, I think just shy of the Chicago Blackhawks, had the most medals from Vancouver. Gold from Stahl, silver from Gleason, and the two Finns. And how does that apply to a game like this? Well, you hope that that experience of playing in pressure games like that will help players like that on the Hurricanes come away with a positive outcome tonight.
Yep. Ruutu has been in games like that, international stages, and also Game 7s in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Hainsey now will wrist it ahead. Cam Ward legally in the trapezoid. Pikkanen for McBain. That pass doesn't work. This will be icing against Carolina with Johnny Oduya back on the touch. The go quote tonight. The head coach of the Hurricanes, Paul Maurice, delivers his message.
Well, on canceling practice yesterday, he said, I checked with everybody when they came in to see who was fighting things to make sure to get lots of jump for today. It's all about, as you continue to read it, the energy for tonight's game. And I think the Hurricanes, even though they've given up the only goal, have had that jump that he's looking for.
Byfuglien through center. Peverley's in. Shooting one, denied by Ward. He spits out a rebound. It was a high shot that handcuffed him. And it comes back out to center, and Byfuglien deals it right back in.
And that's what the Hurricanes need, the fight like Stahl just had, to get back and be the guy that gets to that loose puck and makes it not a costly rebound.
Cole out in front. Samsonov steers it wide. Sergei Samsonov for Jay Harrison. Shot taken, looking for a tip. None provided. Eric Stahl goes to work, winding away from Johnny Oduya. Stopping and starting. Cole on the doorstep. Shut down by Pavlik. Now a loose puck, Johnny Oduya. Andrew Ladd, they can't get it out. Eric Cole starts his engine. Moving away from Brian Little, who hog-ties him. Cole does a great job drawing a penalty on Brian Little. Carolina back to the power play.
Again, another good five-man forecheck. As the Hurricanes had a good pinch, and just watch this stop and start coming up after Cole is denied. Boy, I thought it had caught the post, but Pavlik made a body save. And watch, he'll stop. Oh, Little's in a tough spot, and he has to reach out with a free hand. So you have 22.5 seconds to score. Otherwise, a power play on fresh ice to start the second.
Eric Cole did go down the hall to the Kane dressing room. Second power play.
Thought it was more of a hold than a trip.
Carolina. 2 minutes and a man short. Bottom line, Picketing. Shot swallowed by Pavlik.
These face-offs just get bigger and bigger, and that's the area that the Hurricanes have worked at and will continue to look at, especially here. I mean, if you can win this face-off, you have 15.5 seconds of a 5-on-4. So, I mean, that's legitimate time. You lose the draw, you're probably headed to the locker room down 1-0.
Stahl loses that face-off to Thorburn. Ladd from the corner. These two teams will play again next Sunday in Atlanta, in the middle of that 5-game road trip that awaits Carolina after this game. That'll do it here in period 1. Eric Cole will be our guest at the conclusion and the beginning of the first intermission at the conclusion of this period, as the shots read Atlanta 11 and Carolina with 10. Nicholas Bergfors has the only goal, scored at 12:33. And when we come back, we kick off the RBC Bank first intermission right here on Fox Sports Carolina. Here in Raleigh, we're set to start the second period. Before we do, here's Tripp with Paul Maurice.
Paul, we talked a lot about energy in the first period. Did you like what you saw from that standpoint in the opening 20?
I like their 20 minutes of hockey. That's a playoff game out there. They're going to have some zone time. We battled pretty hard down low. I think we had far better chances to score. Their guy made some big saves, and we got to keep fighting around the back of the net. But I liked our reloads off the offensive zone. You and I talked about that this morning. That's usually a great sign to how competitive we are in a game, is how hard those low two forwards are pushing back up the ice. Turned around 3 chances on that alone.
Let's dive right into, speaking of playoff feel, special teams. What are you looking for in this power play to begin the period?
Well, they're being very aggressive with it, and just some little quicker puck movement up top, and then it doesn't have to be a bomb from the point. It's just got to get snapped through the point when we dive back down on it. Lots of traffic to the front of the net. But these are going to be all kind of gritty goals. They're going to be goals that get fired at the net, and they bounce around a little bit, and you stay in the fight longer than they do.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, true.
All right, we'll take a look at the numbers here after 20 minutes.
Very even period of hockey, and the Hurricanes, good to see an edge in the face-off circle and from the physical department. And I mean, Andre Pavlik, I mean, what a story he is for Atlanta. He collapses in the first game of the year against Washington and comes back from that. And really, when Atlanta had the great November that they did for Craig Ramsey, when he, I think, made up for some defensive issues that they're now fighting through. But I thought both teams were very tight in their own end in that opening period.
Well, maybe here's a trend Carolina can exploit tonight. Special teams since the new year. Atlanta dead last in killing, and Carolina doing very well with their power play.
Well, I attribute so much of that to the fact that Pavlik hasn't been as superhuman as he was, and Tobias Enstrom of late being out of the lineup on the back end.
Second period in HD. John Forsland, Tripp Tracy, along with our fine crew here at the RBC Center in Raleigh. The Carolina Hurricanes and the Atlanta Thrashers for the third time this season. They will meet for a total of 6. Carolina's won the first 2. Corvo through center. The Canes start this evening 1 point in back of Atlanta for the final playoff spot. Samsonov for Stahl. Eric Stahl to Samsonov. Good stick check by Andrew Ladd, and it comes all the way back.
Well, that's a key play because Oduya lost his stick in the neutral zone. It's all the way back in the Carolina end, and that's a big clear for him to get off.
Now they start again. Corvo on this power play. That much time left in it. Samsonov holding onto it. Down the wall he goes. Sergei Samsonov turns it back to the point. Jamie McBain. Now Joe Corvo. McBain one more time. One-timer. Corvo blocked in front. Pavlik a big stop on route 2. Corvo again a rolling puck. Here's McBain. Corvo this way for Stahl. What a stop by Andre Pavlik.
And look no further than Joe Corvo's mindset as to why he has played scorching hockey is that he has a shot-first mentality. And he established the shot, and then all of a sudden a seam pass is available on the follow-up to Eric Stahl. Good little rebound save with the blocker. Eric Stahl gets possession back. And now that you've established the shot, now you have this seam pass. And Stahl, if he could have one-timed it, it may have had a goal.
Brian Little has 36 seconds left to serve. Short-handed. Partially a 2-on-1. Ladd with Peverly off the goal post, or maybe Cam Ward. Possibly the heavy metal glove side. Mark that one. Short-handed opportunity. Atlanta has scored 6 shorties, 4 on the road. Bogosian swings it back to kill time. A dozen seconds left.
Oh, boy, you look at the numbers when teams get a short-handed goal. It's like the 5-on-3 that the Hurricanes had the other night. That's a big stop.
Here comes Stahl. Eric Stahl's shot blocked at the defense. A good block by Johnny Oduya. Little out of the box. His shot. Ward said no. Rebound chance. Ward says no again. This time on Anthony Stewart.
Well, while the power play was not able to convert, this can set the tone for the whole period. Here's the first save. You see that pass gets through. Well, his pad is outstanding. He makes that with the blade of his left skate. And then out of the box, Little with a good shot, body save, and now the snare to hold on to regroup.
Arturs Kolda, after a shot block from Dwyer, sends it back in the zone. It's offside.
Boy, both goaltenders have shown what quick pads they have down low. Now that was one of the few times in this game that the Hurricanes defenseman wandered away from the front of the net. I noticed, even though they got down in the first period, that they tended to things right in front. You can see what can happen when you leave, and Cam Ward, fortunately, was a bailiff. One
of our storylines tonight, the matchup of the 2 goaltenders and who emerges. And right now, both kids are playing great. 26-year-old Cam Ward, 23-year-old Andre Pavlik. Arturs Kolda tries to clear for the Thrashers. Talusti knocks it down, sends it wide of Pavlik. Moving up Gleason. Sutter back to the point. Dwyer shot blocked. A rebound chance and a great save by Pavlik.
The Hurricanes are looking for more out of Yuri Talusti to get back to the skill he was starting to show before he got hurt in Atlanta back in mid-December. And he showed a glimpse of it here. I think it was his backhand, just a swipe, that gets the puck to the net and forces Pavlik to make a good save. Good play. I mean, that's showing a determination to win a one-on-one battle in a crucial area of the ice to get that stick free from Kulda.
Went off the stick of the defenseman, too, and kind of redirected. Now it's knocked down at the defense. Out they come. Peverly snaps it off. A pad save for Cam Ward. Rich Peverly again. He'll wind it along the wall, working Corvo. Joe Corvo keeps him to the outside. And now it's fed by Peverly by Vermistrov. Modine hits a hole. Grinding a cycle. A loose puck broken up by Joe Corvo. Plays it well in his own zone and moves it back for Harrison. Skinner converged on. Vermistrov keeps it deep. 3 minutes plus gone in the second period. 1-0 Atlanta. Now Harrison again out to center. Corvo away from Tim Stapleton. Patrice Cormier, the big frame, away from Tuomo Ruutu. Stapleton looking over his shoulder out in front. Bufflin up on the play. Stapleton out in front, nobody home. Cleared but not out by Harrison. Tim Stapleton down low. Chris Thorburn. Harrison has lost his stick. Dustin Bufflin holding. Shooting one, fought off by Ward. Stapleton in control. Throwing on the brakes. Tim Stapleton. Chris Thorburn paddle down for Ward. Thorburn centers one, blocked by Corvo. He gets it back. Thorburn again in a cycle. Here's Stapleton. Thorburn hammers one. Great save by Ward. He has made 3 outstanding saves already in this period.
How about Bufflin? I mean, Bufflin plays a different brand of hockey, certainly on the rush, but there he spent so little time at his point. If you're a forward on Atlanta, you have to be aware of it, but it creates a lot of confusion.
Oduya sends it in. Pikkanen lays it deep in his own zone. Joni Pikkanen flushed out. Good forechecking that time by Nick Bergfors. Eric Cole tries to walk in. Bogosian comes across. A steal by Samsonov. Broken up again at the D. Bogosian. Now Ladd. Not out. Ian White. A wrister easily detected by Ondrej Pavelec.
That was one of those reloads that Paul Maurice was talking about. It led to a chance. Samsonov with the reload. Let's watch the right pad of Cam Ward. Gets a subtle step out, and he's not moving when the shot is taken. I mean, just think about it. If you're moving, how can you be good with a low shot in particular? And it's so important to be set.
He's keeping it 1-0 in this period. Cam Ward saves. Season leaders. He's right behind Jonas Hiller. And a bunch of all-stars in that pack. A loose puck off the draw. Bergfors turns it back in his own zone. Ron Hainsey through center. By Ian White. It comes all the way back. No icing. Ward in the trapezoid. This way for Joni Pikkanen. Utilizing the window back out to the center zone. Here's Brent Sopel. Won a Stanley Cup in Chicago a season ago. A flip pass broken up by Carolina's Ian White. Brandon Sutter in control. Headmans the puck. Yuri Tlusty stood up at the defense by Arturs Kulda. Back of the goal now. Kulda has it. Now Arturs Kulda, the young Latvian, through center ice. Carolina restarts. 14:39 left to go in the second period. 1-0 Thrashers on the goal by Bergfors. Boychuk. Cody. Shot blocked on the way through. Now it's Ryan Carter. The official got in the way. Carter pinned in the corner. Now it's played along the boards and sent back by Evander Kane. Brent Sopel on the wing for Thorburn. Good anticipation by Gleason. Broken up out in front. Carolina was after that loose puck. Fought off by Kane. Back in the Carolina zone. Gleason. Neutral ice. Tuomo Ruutu. Broken up at the Atlanta blue line. Sent in by Evander Kane. This is icing as Gleason is back on the touch.
Let's take a look at this play from Sergei Samsonov, and I have been seeing a lot of it here. Just watch coming through this area of the ice. That's the reload that you're looking for, and it allows Eric Staal to jump in, and eventually bottom right side here, White's going to get a chance. It's not a great one. That's coming back.
Now traffic out in front. Harrison alertly threw it at the goal. Beverly hard pressed. Kane flips it out. LaRose along with Ruutu and Skinner. Ondrej Pavelec. Kulda up the boards. Moving back is Peverly. Carolina, good job forechecking. Ruutu a finishing hit on Sopel. Skinner with a steal. Jeff Skinner over the line, goes wide. His shot! Pavelec got a piece of it. Out of the corner now. It's loose. It's deflected out of play. We get a stoppage. 13-19 left to go in the second period. Cam Ward doing his thing, and the Canes are down by 1. For our spotlight player, it was a career in this league that started with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, when he was drafted in the first round, he was thought to be the best prospect outside of North America. And then, as I said earlier, he just couldn't find any lady luck to stay healthy, and he didn't play in any playoff games until he got here. And boy, when Tuomo Ruutu got a taste of the playoffs, scored a huge Game 7 goal against Marty Brodeur and the New Jersey Devils, played very well against Boston, and you can see, I mean, he's hungry for that again in games like tonight.
Ninth overall in 0-1 is Cole, as the door shut on him by Ondrej Pavelec.
Boy, Pavelec came out and he's already a big guy, and when you challenge like that, good job, D-to-D, quick D-to-D, pass from McBain. I think it's Stahl, and Stahl works it to the outside. I mean, that is just counter puck movement. D-to-D at the defensive blue line, right to the middle, get a guy to the outside, and all of a sudden you get a great chance.
Stahl, Cole, and Samsonov with Pickinen and White back. Center zone, here they come. Andrew Ladd goes wide. His shot fought off by Cam Ward twice. Out of the corner now. Bergfors to the point man. Oduya's shot wide of Cam Ward. Dustin Byfuglien moving up. Defended by Pickinen. Byfuglien holding onto it off a stick. Stahl tries to clear. They will. Here's Samsonov. Elevating the puck all the way back. It's rolling. Oduya takes out a man. He'll go. Cole was taken out by Johnny Oduya. He had to do it. Good job by Eric Cole again. Atlanta down a man.
Well, we are seeing guys that have been around and played in these games leading the way. This was close. Had the puck departed, had Byfuglien interfered, I think it's close. And here you just make a player accountable by driving the net if you're Eric Cole. And Oduya is forced to take the penalty. Three players, Cormier, Oduya, and Bergfors, who scored, part of the Ilya Kovalchuk, part of Ramsey's roster.
Well, the crowd is ready for one here. Third power play for Carolina. Oduya, interference, 7:22. Off the draw. Atlanta gets control. Ron Hainsey dumps it out. Cam Ward now will play it. Forechecker is Chris Thorburn. Corvo headmans the puck for Ruutu. This way for Skinner, he let it go. Along the boards, broken up by Ron Hainsey, and out she goes.
Well, you can see that pressure that Paul Maurice was discussing in our intermission interview. And that's what teams in this day and age, I think, are doing more of than they ever have.
McBain moving up. Stoffel is back. Back of the goal now, forechecking pressure by the Hurricanes. They win a battle. Skinner on the power play, holds onto it. Jeff Skinner to the point for Corvo. He'll dangle. Skinner from the wall. Across for McBain, encumbered by the pass. Now Skinner in the slot. Here's a shot. Stopped by Pavelec. They score! Eric Stahl on the rebound. And the Canes have tied it.
Boy, was that ever deliberate. High energy puck movement. And Eric Stahl wasn't able to score on the first shot, but then did he ever elevate on the second chance. Great job on the half wall from Skinner. McBain couldn't handle it cleanly, but didn't give up on the play. Skinner had 2 touches on that key goal. Our spotlight player, Ruutu, will get an assist. And Stahl, boy, I mean, just not even the snap of a finger when he gets that puck after the pad save, and from a sharp angle, he's able to score. But from Jussi Jokinen out of the lineup, he's the other guy that takes up real estate in that half wall. Jeff Skinner, you see there why it's so important to have a guy that knows where to distribute the puck from that area.
26th goal of the season for Eric Stahl. From Tuomo Ruutu and Jeff Skinner at 8:16. Boychuk now in his own zone. Moved across for Joe Corvo. His shot, a stick save for Pavelec. Out of the corner, Oduya turns it over. Boychuk in back of the goal, centers one. Thorburn will scoop ahead. 11:10 left to go the second period, tied at 1. 1 point separate these two teams in the standings. Corvo through center. Broken up. Byfuglien loses control, but the play is whistled dead offside.
That tells you there's some excitement in the building. You had to hear that whistle twice. Let's watch. Here's the half wall. You have to decide, is it right to go down low or up high? You see the 3 Atlanta jerseys were down low. That's why it's the right move to go back to McBain. Then a nice little high play from Ruutu and Eric Stahl. That tells you, that facial expression tells you how big this game is. The captain extending right on down.
Beautiful passing. A great job by Ruutu in the slot. Presence of mind to deal it away. And of course, Stahl getting the rebound chance and no mistake made. 10:54 left to go in the second period. Power play goal for the Canes. 1 for 3 with it. Now it's Sutter. Brandon Sutter goes deep. Yuri Talusti separated by Sopel. Sopel wins the battle. Arturs Kolda will play it along the boards. Brandon Sutter looking for Talusti. Down goes Kolda. Off will go Talusti. Delayed whistle. Comes all the way back. Power play for Atlanta.
Key kill here. Offensive zone penalty. You know, Talusti's trying to do the right thing. I think that's a reactionary thing more than anything. The old can opener with the stick
19, 2 minutes tripping
between the Latvian's legs. And even though Atlanta is not credited with a power play goal, their goal really was a power play goal because it was in a delayed attacker situation.
Little, Bergfors, Ladd, Bogosian, and Bufflin. That's the power play. Carolina wins the draw, and Gleason clears it out. Just about halfway through. John and Trippitt, as always, Fox Sports Carolinas. 5 straight on the road after this, starting at the Rock Tuesday night. You can see it here. Bergfors with a shot blocked by Corvo. And they kill time as he gets it out to center. Bufflin in the zone, races, he goes wide. Dustin Bufflin circling out of the corner now. He'll drop it off. Bergfors diagonally across. Bogosian. Shot blocked by Eric Stahl. Andrew Ladd, blind pass, doesn't work. It comes all the way back. $1:18 in the power play as we see. Cole is up ice with the pressure. Zach Bogosian options off for Nick Antropov. His pass broken up by Patrick Dwyer. Good kill halfway through.
I'm looking here, and you know, the statistics from the league. Oh yeah, Atlanta had one other power play. That's why they're down 0 for 1.
Now it's Bogosian. He'll scoop ahead. Top of your screen, a loose puck. Johnny Oduya. Moved off, Evander Kane. Inside it goes. Now they wind it up in the person of Rich Peverly. Johnny Oduya one more time, moving away from Sutter. Good pass for Peverly. Now Oduya, top of the umbrella. His shot blocked by Sutter. Kane out of the corner. Here's Peverly. Rich Peverly asserts. Shoots one. Stopped by Ward. Rebound sent wide by Antropov. Nick Antropov out of the corner. Peverly holds, delays. Ward says no. Hack and whack. He melts it down. And the sticks are high. The gloves are off. And Kane wants a piece of someone.
Well, this is that edgy part of Kane's character that I was talking about. 2 players out of the Western Hockey League in juniors. Ian White and Evander Kane. Cam Ward is able to front this puck. I don't think he even, with a clear sight line, saw it till the last second. Then he worked to the other post, and he had to really fight to get the whistle here. Referee Mike Lego took his time with it. You know, I had a chance to visit the War Room in Toronto, the video review room, before our game there Thursday. It was a great visit. And Terry Gregson, who is the director of officiating, with the intent to blow the whistle, which is not reviewable, what the NHL is now using, I think it's a great advent, is a point of reference. So hypothetically, you know, if a puck goes in, you're trying to figure out, you know, when the intent to blow the whistle occurred. I think the point of reference really does help. That was a pretty, I think, enlightening part of the visit.
That's the thing, too. This is one sport. The referees wear the whistle on their hand. In basketball, they have it in their mouth all the time. They run with it that way. So it's the act, and you have to remember that as a fan. Hainsey goes across. Good stuff from you going to the War Room on the night of a game, going that extra mile for us. Now Gleason out of the corner. Cormier holding on to it. Tied up by Gleason. Stapleton back to the point. Bufflin shoveled off for Tim Stapleton. Down low they go. Thorburn out in front. Cormier tied up. Corvo had him. Now it's Sutter floating ahead, and Cormier took a run at him. Puck is fed ahead by Dwyer. Hainsey off the stick of Ladd, who goes after it. Andrew Ladd turns, lays the puck. A high slot, he goes for Little, and he was defended by Samsonov as it comes out. Atlanta's 0 for 2 in the power play. 3 shots, 1 scoring chance. Oduya, 7:48 left, second period. Ladd taps it ahead. Pickenin off the glove of Stahl. Johnny Oduya. In the center zone, Samsonov moves across on Bergfors. He gets it back. Carolina can reorganize, and they go D to D. McBain off the stick of Samsonov. Loose puck. Had it around. Oduya can't steer it out. Samsonov, good spin. Samsonov dangling. Centering across just by McBain. Pavlik got a piece of it. Stahl. Samsonov again away from Little. Sergei Samsonov. Held up by Brian Little. Atlanta in control.
Boy, Jamie McBain's reads are rock solid right now. I mean, he holds the line because he had support, then drives the back door. I mean, that's creating that fourth forward offense without sacrificing at the other end.
Skinner, a steal. Centering pass. Pavlik makes the save off the shot taken by Tuomo Ruutu. What a job by Skinner. Top of your screen. His shot blocked in front. Off a body, off Oduya. Vermistrov. Harry's out. Peverly dumps it in.
And I think that assist gave Skinner that much more confidence. I mean, this is a mini rut for a player that hasn't had any ruts, any real peaks and valleys.
Here they come. Skinner, a spin, holding, dangling. Back to the point. Harrison, across for Gleason. Rister tipped wide. Ruutu's knocked down. No call. From the corner, it's Sopel. Vermistrov, away go the Thrashers. Vermistrov over the line, goes wide, his shot. Cam Ward got a piece of it. Now Yoni Pikkanen this way, Chad LaRose. LaRose finished off by Cormier. Patrice Cormier pinned by LaRose. Dug out by Stewart. Kolda moves it back. Sopel in control. 5:42 left in the period. Center zone Antropov. He'll dump it in on Ward. Cam Ward plays it off for Yoni Pikkanen. Reversing for Jay Harrison. The backhand pass off of Hainsey. Boychuk's away. Shoved off it by Stewart. Carried in by Carter for Boychuk and his skates. He centers. Bodie sends it wide. Pikkanen hammers one block. Rebound chance blocked. Troy Bodie had it. Inside it goes. Here's Boychuk. Centering pass off bodies. Pavlik makes the save. Now it's Boychuk back to the point. Pikkanen sends it inside. Great job by this line. Corvo moving off of Pavlik, who hangs on for dear life. And he gets a ceasefire. The Caniacs love it. So do we. Stick around. Well, a danger zone in front of Ondrej Pavlik, and penalties were levied.
What a shift by the fourth line for the Hurricanes after Skinner and Ruutu and LaRose nearly took the lead. And that's when you get momentum, is when you back up one shift without delay, put three new bodies on the ice, and continue that attack. And here Bodie's almost going to score, and this was one of several chances. He just missed. And one thing is, these two teams in race for playoff positioning, coincidental penalties, have 4 games left. The Hurricanes have a decided advantage with regards to the importance of their home crowd. I mean, with no disrespect to Phillips Arena, they don't bring what this building brings. And this crowd, I think, almost sensed it, because they really got involved there as we went to break.
That's been an issue in Atlanta this season. You know, it's hard to manufacture emotion on your own accord as a player. The players will always tell you that. The crowd helps, and tonight we have a raucous house here. Carter for roughing, Cormier for cross-checking, 15:02. 4-on-4 we go, Atlanta. A +1 in that situation. Carolina's even, 6-4, 6 against. Offside as they cross.
Yeah, it's a crowd that I think clearly shows their hockey education. They know the 2 valuable points at stake, and Cam Ward knew them at the beginning of this period. Big short-handed save, and then Little out of the box. 2 stops. It would have been 2-0. Now it's 1-1.
Could have been 3-0 easily at the start of this period. 1-1 is the story. Now it's Corvo. Through center. 4-on-4 with open ice. Pavlik handles that one. Sutter back to the point. Pikkanen. Slap pass. Eluding Brandon Sutter. Corvo. Broken up by Dustin Byfuglien. They play it off the wall by Andrew Ladd, by Cam Ward. This is Heising.
Well, Cam Ward should have the edge here. I mean, he's won 4 Game 7s. He's won a Conn Smythe. He's won a Stanley Cup. Pavlik's had a great year. But Cam has shown us from a young age he can deal with the pressure. Big face-off here. Same players on the ice, of course, for Atlanta after icing.
Stahl and Brian Little on this face-off. Won by Stahl. And Gleason now will man it in the center zone, paired on defense with Jamie McBain. Stahl and Cole up front. 16 minutes gone in the second period, tied at 1. Gleason carries ahead. Approaching Buffalo, and he walks in. He looks like Bobby Orr, and he's denied by Pavlik.
Well, he said he wanted to win this game for his daughter. We're not used to seeing that from big Tim Gleason.
Antropopoulos shot picked off by Cam Ward. 3:39 left to go in the second period. Here he is, looking like number 4, denied by Pavlik. When we see his numbers on the season, you know that he leads all rookies, and you say, wow, this kid's having a great season. But Tripp, look at this. In wins and losses, this is the type of factor Jeff Skinner has on his club.
Well, Jeff Skinner has shown a repeated characteristic of producing points at the most crucial times when the Canes are down and out. And even though he hasn't played in playoff hockey, of course, in the NHL, he played his best for Kitchener in the playoffs.
20 goals in the playoffs, 50 in the regular season. Nick Antropov went to the Atlanta room. It could be equipment. It goes to the far corner. We'll keep an eye on it. Kane now, Evander Kane. Flushed out by Ian White. Kane now makes a move on White. Ian White doing a good job on Evander Kane. Now Hainsey at the point. Out of the reach of Peverley. Pickenen and Peverley in a battle. Carolina wins the battle. Ian White now in control. Just about 17 minutes gone in the second period, tied at 1. Eric Cole stood up at the line by Ron Hainsey and Brian Little. Now along the wall, moving back is Andrew Ladd. Forechecking is Eric Stahl. A loose puck. Hainsey now negotiates by Cole. Moving up is Skinner. Great pass for Gleason, turned out by Pavlik. Here's Stahl. His shot blocked and covered by Ondrej Pavlik.
Boy, Timmy Gleason, we saw the Bobby Orr-like rush before we went to break, and he was ready to fire this puck, and it nearly led to a goal. Marshall Johnston, former Ottawa general manager, drafted Tim Gleason out of juniors as an offensive guy, an all-around guy, but they could bring the offensive dimension. And we're seeing it here. Hey, let's not forget, this guy's got an overtime winner against a guy named Brodeur in the playoffs. That's to his credit.
We're going back to the Rock Tuesday night to start a 5-game road trip. 2:35 left to go. You can see the game here. Corbo's shot. What a stop by Pavlik. An explosive shot by Joe Corbo. That had to hurt.
Hit him right in the head. So that's, I think, next shot you want to go low, because a goalie naturally has a tendency to pull up after a cannon like that.
Wow. Now Modine rolled ahead. Shots are 23-20 Carolina. Oduya holding. Shooting one wide. A screen. Modine out in front. Ruutu. Tuomo Ruutu lifts it ahead. Coming back in his own zone is Johnny Oduya. Hit hard by Chad LaRose. Now the Thrashers come back. Thorburn. Drop pass unattainable. Skinner starts the transition. Shifting gears. He's hooked. Here they come again. Thorburn dives, gets control. What a job by Skinner.
I wonder if he drew 2 penalties. I think there might have been 2 separate infractions. The linesman's talking to Lego right now. I think it's going to be very curious to see if there's not 1 but 2 penalties here. There's the 10-2 move. No player has drawn more penalties in the NHL than Jeff Skinner. Yeah, they're calling both. And you know what? You give the linesman, I think that was Johnny Murray, all the credit in the world. He came over to Lego, and you could tell he was sure. Boy, that's referees working as a group, as teammates. And the only thing that Craig Ramsey can be happy about is that the penalties to the same guy. So it's a 4-minute penalty. I think you'd prefer that to a 2-minute 5-on-3 if there were penalties to 2 separate guys.
Well, the referees, the linesmen confer. Carolina with a great chance with $1:40 left to go in this second period.
Oh, what a job by Murray. Jeff Skinner adds to his total. He drew 2 penalties in Toronto the other night. Only Ovechkin is close to him in the number of penalties drawn. Here's the first one. hook, sticks horizontal after that great 10-2 move, and then watch, I think the second one's a trip. Oh, did they call it or did they call it on Thorburn? Because they could call it on Thorburn, not Modine, and that would make it a 5-on-3, and that is, I think, what's going to happen. Well, I still just can't tell. That's a big difference.
They've sent Cormier over, and it is a 5-on-3. So, a chance to atone for the turning point Thursday night in Toronto. Cole holding onto it. High slot, Stahl. Playing catch with Cole. Now it's Skinner. Eric Stahl thinks about it. Jeff Skinner. Slap pass, Samsonov delays. Route 2 with a shot off a stick off Sopel. Samsonov for Stahl. Here's Skinner, top of the ring. Trading places with Stahl. One-timer blocked by Oduya. Cleared but not out by Ladd. Skinner. For Eric Stahl. Handcuffing Samsonov. Samsonov converged on by Ladd. A loose puck. Route 2 peppered. Great keep by Skinner. What a job, he's tripped. Skinner walks in. The pass doesn't work. That could have been a penalty. Now it's Stahl. Inside it goes for Eric Cole. Cole delays. Out in front, off a stick. Cleared out at the defense. 1:01 left. 38 seconds left to go in the period. Eric Cole. Now Jeff Skinner. Holding. Taking Thorburn. Passing across. What a save! Pavlik, a skate save on Eric Stahl. Now it's Cole. He'll settle it down. Skinner looks it over. Stahl again. Out in front. Kicked out by Pavlik. Loose puck. The battle won by Thorburn. 11 seconds left to go in the period. Quickly out to center ice. Here they come again. Samsonov. Skinner holding, shooting. What a save by Pavlik. Out of the reach of Stahl at the horn. 20 seconds left on the power play. Andre Pavlik getting it done.
Boy, I'll tell you, the one thing that I've noticed, and I understand why the Hurricanes use 5 forwards on the power play, but it seems like when they don't have Corvo out there, they get away from establishing the shot. And that had a big part to do with the fact that they scored earlier. Atlanta did a great job of really battling in front. A couple of great keeps by the Hurricanes. Cam Ward came up to only allow one Thrasher penalty killer to get off. I think not having Corvo out there, you lose something.
A 5-on-3 as a result of a hooking penalty on Modine, a bench penalty for too many men, and Andre Pavlik is their best penalty killer. Second intermission after this. The sound, you could hear the captain upstairs after he scored that one. Let's take a look at the numbers so far.
Really impressed with the face-offs won. There's going to be a big one to start the third period, and leading that whole situation for Carolina is Sutter has won 10 of 14.
The next Cool Bars will be at the Carolina Ale House in Fayetteville Tuesday night. Canes and Devils, 7 o'clock. Log on to CarolinaHurricanes.com. As they go all the way down to Fayetteville, we have a lot of fans there. We're going to have a great time.
There's 20 seconds left in this 5-on-3, and that's why the face-off is especially important. Atlanta has been outscored in third periods. Their weakest differential, 62-45, big win.
John Forsland, Trip Tracy, along with our fine crew, RBC Center Raleigh. The Hurricanes are offside. They're on the power play. 14 seconds left in it as we start this third period.
Oh boy, you win the draw, and Johnny Murray just detected it. Atlanta's going to make a change here. I'm not sure if it's going to be, no. If they're the home team, they probably get away with that, but Brian Pochmera knows that Craig Ramsey, good try by Ramsey, the veteran.
It's a 5-on-3 advantage. Penalties called at the same time. Modine for tripping and the bench for too many men. Broken up, cleared out by Andrew Ladd. Patrice Cormier and Frederic Modine are up and ready. They're on the ice now. Atlanta has killed it off. Corvo over the line, goes wide of Evander Kane. Centering pass, loose for Skinner. Another great save by Pavlik. Now it's Corbo. His shot blocked in front by Sopel. Eric Stahl. Jeff Skinner knocked down by Evander Kane. And it's turned back by Brent Sopel. Just by Johnny Oduya. In control, Patrice Cormier. Out to the center zone. Scooped ahead and out of play by Evander Kane.
Boy, Pavlik is giving Atlanta a real chance here tonight. Here he just finds the puck. That scissored left pad. And one thing I can tell you is the year the Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup, there were a lot of home games in the regular season where they didn't score on 5-on-3s, and you said, uh-oh, that's going to come back to haunt them. But they overcame those obstacles, I remember, 4 or 5 times to still persevere and get 2 points.
Bogosian through center off the stick of Anthony Stewart. Cleared and iced by Jamie McBain. It's a foot race. And Bogosian got there first. The Backyard Bistro, the place to see Mike Maniscalco from the Fan and Kane's Corner. The next one will be on Thursday, February 24th at 7 o'clock. You can log on to CarolinaHurricanes.com for details.
As I mentioned, Sutter 10 of 14 through 2 periods, so this is the guy that has to stay on the ice. You'd want him taking this draw.
Off the tie-up, Stewart to the point. Kolda caught by Cam Ward, no further play.
Yeah, Brendan Sutter, has made such a splash, and it's been such a story of progress where you forget that he's just going to turn 22 the day of your birthday, February 14th.
Well, it's his too.
Yeah, that's why I said it. Yeah, he's
and others.
Yeah,
there has to be more than just us. Carolina trip has won 7 more faceoffs tonight, and that's a good thing. And there's another one. 18:43 left to go, 3rd period. Antropov's pass all the way out to center ice. Slammed ahead by Johnny Oduya. Joni Pikkinen sealed off by Anthony Stewart. You're looking at Eric Stahl. Now Cole. Can't get by Ladd. Good job by Andrew Ladd cutting the ice in half on Cole. Atlanta's captain now gets it ahead. Here's Pikkinen. He'll send it all the way back for Ian White. Out of his reach. Cole with a steal. Saucer feed, center zone negated by Bufflin. Turned in the zone by Little. Brian Little goes deep for Nick Bergfors. Ian White off the glass, out to neutral ice. 2 minutes gone, 3rd period. Bufflin for Little, who snaps it ahead. These teams will play again next Sunday in Atlanta. Samsonov out to center ice. Scaled in by Zach Bogosian.
That's long been a story that the Hurricanes have always played well in Phillips, and generally the Thrashers have played well here.
In the zone, going wide, LaRose, his shot wide of Andre Pavlik. Big hit. Route 2 says hello to Freddie Modine. Peverly over the line, a drag move on Corbo. Backhander, Ward got a piece of it. Moving up Modine, he barrels into Route 2. Vermistrov sets up a man, Hainsey. His shot blocked by Route 2. Promo Route 2. And directly off the boards for LaRose. Tied up by Vermistrov. The young rookie in control, 19-year-old Alexander Vermistrov. Over the line this way for Peverly. His shot fought off by Ward. Big rebound. Here's a chance. What a save! Double pack stack for number 30. Now Peverly clears it in.
Well, that's a good job of recovering, because that puck may have dipped on Cam Ward. Typically, he would have absorbed it for no rebound and was able to make 2 recovery saves.
Now it's cleared ahead. Carter out of the corner. Sopel pestered by Bodie. Awaiting the puck now. The Thrashers have it in their own zone. Here's Brent Sopel behind Pavlik. Archer's Kolda, the young defenseman. Thorburn over the line. Here's Stapleton. His shot goes high. Bodie is back. Center zone for Carter. It doesn't work. Now Archer's Kolda. Kolda turns it over. Boychuk walks in. And a penalty is called. Kolda coming back with a hook. Brian Pochmara makes the call. Carolina will have a chance.
Carolina's 4th line with Boychuk, Carter, and Bodie has had a direct impact in this game.
Atlanta, number 44, 2 minutes hooking.
And this was after the rebound on the initial shot, and that's the 2nd save by Cam Ward. Let's watch here, Boychuk. He just, with his work ethic, is able to draw that call from Kulda. Stapleton was also in the area.
Playing only his 5th NHL game, Archer's Kulda in the penalty box. Carolina, you got to think the odds are with them. Corvo's shot redirects, loose out in front. They come back and get it. Little out to center for Ladd. Andrew Ladd moves up, a shot wide of Cam Ward. Now Brian Little moves it inside. Let's go Canes from the big crowd here at the RBC Center. McBain clears it in. Oduya along with Sokol on the back end for Craig Ramsey. Burmistrov gets it back off of Skinner. Burmistrov with a cut. He has some room. Smart play by the rookie, back out to center. Alexander Burmistrov puts on a show, and he sends it back for Zach Bogosian.
That's how you make the NHL for a defensive-minded coach like Craig Ramsey as a rookie, if you always have that awareness.
Ramsey was a great penalty killer in his day as a player in the National Hockey League. Ladd, Bogosian moving up, holding onto it inside deep. 55 seconds left in the power play. Stahl coming back, and a penalty is called. Joni Pikkanen, I believe, interferes with Andrew Ladd.
Yeah, that was the frustration.
Carolina penalty number 25, 2-minute minor interference.
That's the right call. It's away from the puck. You know, I have to think this is frustrated by the fact that the power play has not clicked here in a 5-on-3, and now good percentage of an ensuing 5-on-4. And for a brief moment, the composure got away from Joni Pikkanen, and Ladd's the guy that draws it.
4-on-4 for 51 seconds. Gleason now from the corner. Get it back from Cole. Tim Gleason moved off for Ian White. Cole and Sutter up front. Here's White on Stewart. Ian White stumbles, maintains control. Out of the reach of Gleason, Brandon Sutter back for Gleason. One-toucher, White. Shot taken, looking for a tip, blocked. Blocked in front by Johnny Oduya. The former Devil sends it back for Ron Hainsey. And remember, they lead the National Hockey League in terms of blocked shots. Now it's Evander Kane, tripped up. Another penalty. Eric Cole goes to the box.
I think Johnny Oduya may have saved a goal that would have been scored by the guy that has now taken a penalty.
Carolina number 26.
There it is right there, and then Cole back through the neutral zone. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but those are two, I think you'd categorize them as careless penalties that will give Atlanta their first 5-on-3 of the game when Kulda leaves the box shortly.
Yeah, Kulda's out trip in 10 seconds. And then 5-on-3 for $1.18. Atlanta has scored 4 5-on-3 goals this season. As Craig Ramsey looks on. Little crossing sticks here with Brandon Sutter. Sutter goes forward. Brandon Sutter moves it by Byfuglien. Here's a chance, but Pavlik comes out to play it. Zach Bogosian through center. Little gains entry. Holding onto it, 5-on-3. Brian Little moved off. They set it up. Here's Zach Bogosian. Big shot, good save for Ward. Along the wall, Little back to the point, Byfuglien. Byfuglien has a cannon. So does Bogosian. Byfuglien looks it over. Deals away for Zach Bogosian. Tough pass to handle, now he has control. Byfuglien this way by Little. Little sends it back for Bogosian. Byfuglien fakes the shot. Wheels up top. Dustin Byfuglien, Zach Bogosian. Inside it goes, they chip it wide. And the man stationed at the side of the goal, Bergfors. Now it's Byfuglien. Shot off a body off Sutter, stung by it. Out of the corner, Little. Engaged by Harrison. Four-man scrum. Bergfors hustles, so does Corvo. Here's Bogosian, holding on to the puck. Bogosian now for Dustin Byfuglien. He'll think about it. Brian Little. Byfuglien shoots one, blocked by Sutter. Bogosian. Corvo a steal, off a stick, held in by Byfuglien. No, it's not. Good try. Then he shoots it after the whistle. He shoots the puck after the whistle, after he was ruled offside.
That shouldn't be tolerated. I'll tell you, this was a job by the linesman, because that puck, you know, if it breaks the plane of the blue line, even if it's elevated, it's still offsides. Brandon Sutter just had a tremendous shift. initially off of the face-off in a 4-on-3, and then 2 huge blocks on the aforementioned Dustin Byfuglien.
Conventional 5-on-4 for 35 seconds. Andre Pavlik leaves it there, pestering for checking that time by LaRose. Byfuglien bottled up by Stahl. Stahl has it. Here they come. Oh, the pass is tipped by Sopel. LaRose lost his footing. Antropov for Anthony Stewart. And away they go. He'll move it by White. Anthony Stewart lumbers in. Gleason is back. Nick Antropov in the corner. Away from Ian White. Back to the point, Brent Sopel. Inside for Stewart. Kane's alone out in front. Gleason tries to clear, not out. Loose puck as we see. Here's Byfuglien holding. Slap pass tip. Loose out in front. A good block by White. Byfuglien to an open corner. Coles out of the box. Back out to center ice. Canes kill it off. Crowd loves it.
What a job by Ian White. Initially on a centering pass, and then 2 keys blocks right in the slot.
Here comes Gleason. His shot. An easy stop for Andre Pavlik. 12:02 left to go in the third period. They love it here in Raleigh. We're still tied at 1. Blocking shots so important in any kind of penalty kill, but in an important game like this, Brandon Sutter, Ian White getting it done.
Well, Sutter knows that Byfuglien is the trigger man. He's the guy that is always looking to shoot, and you could just see. He wanted to make sure he always had enough of a gap, even on a 5-on-3, to deal with that. And then Ian White, 2 guys out of the West. Sutter, the Red Deer Rebels, and Ian White, the Swift Current Broncos.
Now a chance, Burmistrov, partial break in. Corbo gets back and Ward says no. Tuomo Ruutu back in his own zone.
That's the new NHL, where you have to be able to skate, and Corbo can deny the breakaway chance, at least really lessen and not take a penalty.
Bogosian pressured by Chad LaRose. Now Rich Peverly swings across. Modine, long bomb handled by Ward. We get a stoppage.
How about Burmistrov? I'll tell you, he has been really good here in the third period. And here he's off to the races. Puck gets caught in Harrison's skates. Look at Corbo. You can even see he has the recognition. I don't want to take a penalty. We've just been in the box for a prolonged 5-on-3. Cam Ward has to make, I think, as routine of a partial breakaway save as you can make, and Joe Corbo does the rest.
Sutter, Little. Carolina in control. 11:29 left in this third period. Great game tonight. Kalusti, Brandon Sutter, shot, scores! Hey, what do you say? Brandon Sutter, 2-1, Carolina.
You felt early that he could be a factor in this hockey game. Number 1, he's had a great week. I thought he was good against Boston. He was one of the Hurricanes players that had jump against Toronto. Look at this puck support. Look at how much Sutter comes in there to support Kalusti. And his jump right now was apparent against the Bruins. It, I think, was apparent against the Leafs. And here it's been readily apparent. We just saw him kill penalties. And here he challenges Pavlik with an extraordinary release high to the blocker. And Brandon Sutter, that may be the biggest goal of his Hurricanes career. It's right there.
There'll be plenty more, don't worry. Brandon Sutter is a gem. And he scores a huge goal in a big game. 11:15 left to go in this third period.
You just sensed it. Number 1, he's had a good week. I go back to the goal he scored against Henrik Lundqvist. He's done the other things that make him priceless even when he's not scoring. But he got that confidence back. A goal like that against Henrik Lundqvist, then 2 against the Leafs, 1 against the Islanders.
A guy who has been asked to be a checking center all season in the second half is starting to find his scoring touch. Now it's cleared out to center ice. Pickenen ahead of Cormier. Good save by Ward off Thorburn. Snapped ahead by Kolda. Inside it goes Chris Thorburn. Thorburn now flushed out, upended. A penalty is called. Joni Pickenen takes another penalty.
Well, we'll take a look at it. Let's watch here. Yeah. It's very brief, but that stick is parallel. You just have to be careful. You know, especially for a veteran guy.
Carolina, 2 minutes hooking.
I thought the Hurricanes on the 5-on-3 and then the 5-on-4 just pressurized so much. And this is an Atlanta power play that, along with Pavlik, was the biggest reason, clicking at about 25%, that Atlanta got off to such a good start in the first 2 months. And without Enstrom, since then, they've been struggling, so you want to pressure that much more, and especially take away the shot of Byfuglien.
Heverly, they win the faceoff. Byfuglien shot, stopped by Ward. To the corner it goes. Ladd, Zach Bogosian, away from Eric Cole, Nick Antropov, Rich Peverly. Defended by Carolina's Corvo. Here's Antropov along the wall. Zach Bogosian, give and go. Antropov this way, Byfuglien. Up top, Bogosian wide. Now Ladd. Inside and deep. Gut check time for Carolina. Peverly. Bogosian thinks about it. Rich Peverly again from the boards. Out in front, good save, rebound chance. Off the goal post. Oh, mercy. Carolina clears it out.
Cam Ward did Andrew Ladd the favor of introducing Ladd to his fiancée at Cam's wedding. I think Andrew's out of favors as that one finds the pipe.
At the line. Broken up. Guess who? Brandon Sutter. Over the line. Dragging. What a move. And it's broken up by Little. Byfuglien now. 55 seconds left on Atlanta's power play. Floated this way for Anthony Stewart. Moving up on Jay Harrison. Stewart to the corner. Toward it a bit. He hangs on. Stewart throws the snow. Deals inside. And the pass doesn't click for Evander Kane. Carolina kills more.
Oh, the Hurricanes have done a great job in their slot area tonight.
Stewart. Sent in. Harrison hammers one. Byfuglien keeps it. Little. Off a stick. Loose. Here's Byfuglien. It goes high. Dustin Byfuglien in the garden spot. To the corner now. Waning portion of the power play. Hainsey. Byfuglien shooting. Stopped by Ward. Rebound chance. Dustin Byfuglien. Broken up. Sailed out of the zone by Ryan Carter.
And that Byfuglien chance high to the glove is one of the few clean looks that the Thrashers have had in that slot area.
Puck is tipped out of play by Cormier. Usually you can hear the clank off the heavy metal. You can't hear anything tonight, but it is music to the ears of Cam Ward. Well, to emerge as the top goaltender in this game, I'll tell you what, it's close tonight, but Cam Ward has been stellar. The other guy has been too. Andre Pavlik. Eric Stahl with a power play goal. It's been a tough week. Pointless in his last 2 games. He comes through, but Brandon Sutter has been the best skater on the ice for the Hurricanes tonight, and his goal lifting everybody here at 8:37, making it 2-1.
And even though the goal is his biggest contribution, Sutter has done the things he always does that will not show up in the paper tomorrow.
Puck is cleared in by Stapleton. McBain. Wall is sealed off by Cormier. Tim Stapleton flushed out. Stapleton stays with it. Broken up by Jeff Skinner. Here they come. Skinner deals away for LaRose. Off a stick off Hainsey. Now Thorburn inside for Skinner. Defended by Zach Bogosian. Left along the boards, a loose puck. Here come the Thrashers. Cormier hit hard by Gleason. McBain wheels along for his winger, but it's broken up by Stewart. Now it's played by Skinner, not out. Sopel. Brent Sopel tees it up. They score! A tip out in front. Sopel through traffic. Atlanta has tied it.
Well, Cam Ward thought he was interfered with, but Mike Lego was right on the spot to determine that it's a good goal. Brett Sopel, part of the Chicago Blackhawks last year, he looked up and saw that there was traffic in front. And you can see that traffic in the form of Anthony Stewart, a big body. You can see Cam Ward's frustration. You'd have to get another look at it to see, A, if it's in the crease area. You know, if it's outside that crease, which I think Stewart was, he's entitled to that area and just provided the perfect screen.
It could have gone off Jamie McBain. If so, It's Brent Sopel's second goal of the season, possibly Anthony Stewart, who's had a great year. He's smiling like he did tip it in. It'll be his 13th if he gets it. Career highs for him in goals, assists, and points this season.
Yeah, from what I could tell there, that one look, it was just a perfectly placed screen where he's just above the crease, and there he is completely entitled to developing real estate.
Those are the kind of goals that will beat these two goaltenders tonight. Perfect plays or screened opportunities out in front. 7:23 on the clock. Here they come. Yuri Talusti stops on a dime, shoots one. He scores! Yuri Talusti breaks the tie. 3-2, Carolina.
Oh, what a game we're being treated to. Yuri Talusti got hurt back in mid-December, right when his game was really coming. I believe it was Ben Eager that hit him. And what a stop and a start here to create not only a better shooting angle, but a shot lane for a team that has blocked so many shots. And a goalie that's been as good as Pavlik has been surprised by two outstanding releases from first Sutter and now Talusti. So Talusti has 2 points. 2 points in a big-time third period. This has to be very sweet for him because he got hurt in the second period of that game in Atlanta. Has really fought to come back, and what an impact.
He's a great, great kid, and he's worked extremely hard to get back in the lineup. He had so much conditioning work with Tom Rowe. Enough's enough. And now he's back in. He's been feeling it lately. Had the chance against Boston here off the goal post. And now he's come through with a big night here.
Well, you couldn't be, if you get to know him, you could not be happier for him. And he said to me after he got hurt against Atlanta, I'm just looking forward. 2011 is a new year from 2010. Of course, he had that reconstructive surgery late last season. And this is his best game as a Hurricane.
Sopel tied the game, unassisted, 12-14. So it was off the stick of McBain. And seconds later at 12:48, Yuri Talusti from Patrick Dwyer and Ian White. Yuri Talusti's 4th goal of the season has made it 3-2 Hurricanes. What a game. Now it's sent ahead by Chad LaRose. Johnny Oduya hit hard by LaRose on the forecheck. Oduya rights the ship. Sopel in his own end on the tape of Johnny Oduya. And out they come. You're looking at Rich Peverly moving up on Yoni Picketten, no quarter given. In the corner now they go. Out of that corner, Patrice Cormier punished by Tuomo Ruutu. Ruutu turns it off the boards, clears it all the way back. Ron Hainsey lifts ahead. Peverly away from Ruutu. In the skates of Tim Stapleton. They go across. Center zone battle. Ruutu and Peverly. Now it's played ahead. Stapleton gets off. Stolen by Carolina's Jeff Skinner. Skinner moving up on Hainsey. Denied ice. He stays with it. Skinner goes hard. Here's Sutter. Back to the point. Gleason walking it. Across for Corvo. A wrister blocked by Andrew Ladd. Goes high in the air. Zach Bogosian turns away from Dwyer. Headmans the puck for Peverly. Carried in by Ladd. Wide of Ward. Little is lurking. Sutter taps ahead. Yuri Talusti forks it deep. Sopel shoved by Dwyer. Double teamed on the forecheck. Talusti stays with it. Along the boards now, inside for Dwyer. He has Stahl in the slot. There it is! Blocked by Kolda. Pavlik makes the save on Dwyer. Along the boards now. Carolina stays with it, and a penalty is called, high sticking. In back of the goal. Atlanta will be going on a power play, we believe, when we come back. 4:53 left to go in the third period. Yuri Talusti has given Carolina a 3-2 lead with this beauty right there. This game is something else. You go from the feeling of being a hero, putting the team up by 1, now the lonely feeling of being the guy in the box because of this.
This reminds me of when Chad LaRose tied a game against the Boston Bruins, the first of Boston's 2 visits, and you know you're feeling all of that energy, all of that excitement, and you know with the building, and you're trying to do the right thing, and and coaches can deal with it. I know it's an offensive zone penalty, but it's one trying to do something good.
Shot taken, tipped wide by Antropov out in front, let go by Zach Bogosian. Power play number 6 for Atlanta, 0 for 5. Antropov peppered by Gleason. Nikolai Antropov sends it deep. Beverly utilizing the boards nicely. Antropov back to the point, Bogosian. Here's Sopel, right back to number 4. It's a rolling puck, he'll get it deep. Good chop by Gleason, a gulp by Stahl, a chip, out she goes, it's Cole. Eric Cole shorthanded, shot goes wide. Carolina's changing, Sutter sends it in. Carolina tags up, they were offside, now it's Sopel for Peverly. Broken up by Sutter. In the center zone, now it's Patrick Dwyer. Thwarted by Ladd from behind. Atlanta now sets it up. 1 minute left in this power play. They're down by 1. 3:50 on the clock left in regulation time. 1 point separating these two teams for the final playoff spot in the East. Kane. Shot. It's loose out in front. Evander Kane for Atlanta. Throws on the brakes. Sends it inside. Corralled by Chris Thorburn. To the point man. Sent across for Bogosian. Zach Bogosian off a stick. Dwyer lost his stick. It's cleared out by Jay Harrison. 25 seconds left in terms of this power play. Ron Hainsey will quarterback the final push. Dealt along the wall for Stewart. Blocked, kicked out by Ward. Sent across by Corvo. Stewart holding onto it. Anthony Stewart throws the snow. Shoots one, it's deflected high. Loose this way, Johnny Oduya. Inside for Stewart. Little's out in front. Loose puck. Cole gets back. Still fought for. Eric Cole digs it out. Out they come. Cole kills the rest of it. Sends it in. Even terms on the ice. Not where it counts. Carolina by 1. 2:30 left. Vermistrov sends it in. Now McBain. LaRose. Skinner. 2-on-1 maybe. Skinner goes wide. Shot. Wide of the goal. Played here by Calda. Back out to center ice.
Skinner was thinking the same spot as Sutter on that blocker side.
Now it's fed ahead. Arturs Calda. Getting it back from Bergfors. Center zone, snapped ahead and deep. Vermistrov goes off on a change. Bergfors off the side of the goal to the corner. McBain. Antropov anticipates. Bump by Ruutu. $1:50 on the clock. We'll keep an eye on Pavlik. Now it's played by Antropov. Ruutu. Skinner. Broken up by Sopel. Carolina's changing. They have to be careful. They blow it dead. 1:38 left.
Good non-call there because it's that 5-foot rule, and the Hurricane player getting off made sure to try to avoid touching the puck. Craig Ramsey's power play, as I said earlier, was hot as a firecracker in the first couple months of the season and carried the team in a lot of ways. Losing Enstrom is a big deal, but the Hurricanes, boy, I mean, that's just resolve. When you have a 5-on-3, and then you hold your breath when you give up one. And I don't think that Atlanta generated one grade A chance on their 5-on-3 when the game was tied earlier in this period.
And if the Hurricanes can get it done here, it will be because of the third period heroics of Brandon Sutter and Yuri Toluski.
Well, Brandon Sutter with just a super release, and then a great screen from Stewart as Sopel scores. Right after that, the very next shift. What a play by Toluski. And that shows the skill level as to why he was a first-round pick for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And even though Paul Maurice, is not in management, and he knows that his job is to coach the team, Paul thought that when Yuri was a Toronto Maple Leaf. Jim Rutherford with Jason Karmanos makes the deal. Big face-off right here. The Hurricanes have had a good night in the face-off circle. And who's led the charge? Yuri Tolusti's centerman, Brandon Sutter, will take this one.
Pavlik is gone. 6 skaters out. 1:38 on the clock. Antropov will face off against Brandon Sutter. Bergfors, Peverly, Ladd, Antropov, Bogosian, and Oduya for Atlanta. Faceoffs dominated by Carolina tonight. None larger than this so far. Off the scrum, Atlanta has it. Oduya. Inside it goes Gleason, lost his edge. Here's a chance. Good stick by Corvo. A block on Brian Little's bid.
Corvo has had a really distinguishing game. That's a little higher than some of the crease plays he's made in the slot. But you can see, a player that was thought in Ottawa, that was thought in Los Angeles, well, we'll play him on the power play, but not really in key defensive situations. That's where he's taken the steps here as a Hurricane.
Peverly wins another faceoff. Bogosian shooting one. They score! Zach Bogosian, with 1:24 left, has tied it.
Well, Atlanta wins the big faceoff. It's clean, and Bogosian does a good job, a real good job of dragging the puck to the middle of the ice, but also allowing the traffic in two waves to manifest itself. So when you factor in the two Atlanta players and the two Carolina players that have to go to the front for traffic, it's Captain Andrew Ladd, Cam Ward's good buddy. I think it's going to be Zach Bogosian's goal. It begins with Peverly with a huge draw. Rich Peverly was demoted to the fourth line this week. Looking for a response was Craig Ramsey, and he got one there with that all-important draw.
Screen shot and a goal for Zach Bogosian. 20 years of age, young defenseman who has struggled for most of the season. His fourth goal, only 5 assists coming in, a -16 coming in. Now, Evander Kane centers one, Little knocks it down. Atlanta with pressure here in the Carolina zone. Kane goes forward, tied up by Pickenin. Stewart's on it. Anthony Stewart circles the net, turns, wheels it, stopped by Ward. Antropov in control, holding onto it through the goal mouth just by Stewart. Bogosian off a body. Eric Cole, 38 seconds left, rubbed out by Stewart. The puck deflects out of play.
One more look at Bogosian's goal. Boy, what a job that was of helping the faceoff win from Brian Little. What a play he made. You see all the traffic in front. As long as that puck doesn't touch a body, you have a good chance of scoring, but I didn't recognize what a play Little made. So Little set up the first goal to Bergfors, and there, he's the one that guarantees that Bogosian gets it at the point.
30 seconds on the clock. Here comes Corvo. Joe Corvo detected by Antropov. It's offside.
Well, right now, even though it's the team you're chasing, you have to make sure you get it to overtime. It'd be great to see, of course, the Hurricanes score in the last 25.1 seconds. But, this is why faceoffs are so important, and especially as the games become more and more crucial.
They won another one. Bogosian now floats it ahead. 17 seconds left. Zach Bogosian, each team has dropped 2 in a row this week. It's cleared in. 1 point separate them in the standings. 6 seconds left in regulation time. Corvo out to center ice. Fanned on by Hainsey. The horn goes. That'll do it. Each team has secured 1 point in the standings.
You have to tip your cap to the character of Zach Bogosian and the Craig Ramsey-led Atlanta Thrashers. I mean, they got down in a tough building, and they came back on a variety of occasions. And let's not forget, back in early January, Carolina gave up a third period goal with the lead. They had a couple goal lead. I think it might have even been 4 or 5-2 in that game, but they still found a way via the stick of Eric Cole to win a game in period 4. If the Hurricanes win this game, granted, it's still only February, but they would win the tiebreaker with Atlanta, so they still would wake up tomorrow morning in the playoffs.
America's Super Bowl party kicks off on Fox with performances by Keith Urban and Maroon 5 and a special interview between Bill O'Reilly and President Barack Obama. It's Fox Super Sunday beginning at noon Eastern with the road to the Super Bowl, followed by Inside the Rings with Troy Aikman only on Fox. Packers and Steelers. Can't wait for that. Eastern Conference standings. Here they are, Carolina and Atlanta with 1 more point to get here.
And like I said, Carolina would win a couple layers of the tiebreaker. Number one, they have more wins, although you do now factor in how many of those wins were via the shootout. It's a new advent, but the Hurricanes have also, so far, won the season series against Atlanta. It will be guaranteed that they still have that, but the New York Rangers lost today. Carolina has a couple of games in hand with New York. This is a big extra point, and the Hurricanes have shown a tendency this year to be able to put a tough goal behind him and move on.
They will close to 5 points behind the Rangers, who have lost 4 in a row, that being Carolina. And we'll take a look here at the overtime game winner by Eric Cole. The last time these two teams got together.
It was just a determination type play by Cole. Veteran player, you can see the excitement.
Carolina was outshot 14-3 in that third period by Atlanta. And the shots in the game are 34-30 right now, favoring Atlanta. Sutter with a shot, stop, but off, sent high. Tolusti with a chance, and another rolls off his stick. Yuri Tolusti, Joe Corvo, here's Gleason holding, shooting one, caught by Pavlik.
Great decision by Paul Maurice and Ron Francis running the forwards to go with who's hot. It's Sutter and Tolusti. And they factored in 2 goals in the third period, and right now Yuri Tolusti just can't be denied. Sutter gains the line with speed, and then Yuri just said, I'm going to grab the puck. And now with the big collapse from the Atlanta forwards and defense, I'm going to utilize the point.
Face-off win by Carolina. Pickenin on the pillows. Good stop by Pavlik, and now Bufflin. Moved off. Dug out by Peverly. Here they come. Moved off on the wing. Peverly gets a pass, drops it back, inside it goes. Evander Kane hunts it down. Kane in control for Atlanta. Whips it across. Corralled beautifully by Bufflin. Dustin Bufflin down the wall and in. Cam Ward says no twice. Oh my goodness. Off the charts, Cam Ward. Stahl goes wide. Tipped wide by Johnny Oduya. Soft play by Kane. He can't get it out. Stahl. Corvo. Faking. Delaying. Wristing one. Fought off by Pavlik. Centered. Oh, Pavlik got a piece of that one. Stahl again. Now it's corralled here by Bufflin. Wild overtime. Dustin Bufflin in control. On the wing for Anthony Stewart. Stewart goes wide. Throws on the brakes. Turns it down the wall. Burmistrov. Alexander Burmistrov to an open corner. Here's Stewart. Good hustle. Gleason takes care of him. Stewart stays with it. A big body. Shielded by Corvo. Stewart shoots one, caught by Cam Ward.
Boy, Stewart is a great example. You have to be patient with a player. A first-round pick in Florida, and it never happened for him there, but it's happening for him in Atlanta. 2 phenomenal saves. Boy, Peverly, as I said a minute ago, fourth-line player earlier this week after a tough loss to the Islanders. Wins a face-off that leads to the tying goal and then nearly ends it in Cam. Razor-sharp pad.
McBain. Now Yoni Pickenin, 2 minutes gone in overtime. Jamie McBain through the center zone. Sutter, Pickenin. Shooting one, kicked out with a purpose by Pavlik. Tolusti spins. Yuri Tolusti out in front off a stick. Off Hainsey. Tolusti gets it back. Sutter's out in front. McBain for Pickenin. Wristing one, blocked in front by Hainsey. Ron Hainsey up the wall. Brian Little drops it back for Ron Hainsey. Now it's Zach Bogosian. His goal has tied it. Deep it goes for Andrew Ladd. Shoving Jamie McBain. They wage war. Ladd loses control. McBain tries to clear. Now it's Cole. Deep in his own zone. 2:20 left in OT. Eric Cole away from Tim Stapleton. He'll start his engine. Cole's flying over the line. In the zone for a shot. And a goal! From Eric Cole! The Canes win in overtime!
Well, this was gymnastics at the Olympics. This game would score as a 10, don't you think? Eric Cole grabbed this puck behind his net, and he had the speed that he had way back when 99 turned to be 2000, or just after that when he broke into the league. Beautiful, beautiful speed coming up the ice. And I think the Hurricanes found something out about the blocker side on Ondrej Pavelec. He scored his other overtime winner, blocker side high. Sutter beat the goaltender, Pavelec, blocker side high. And where does this one go? Blocker side high. Look at Cole. Stapleton had no chance to catch him once he used the net just to buy him a little bit. Oduya has to back up because Eric Cole has that type of speed that you have to respect. And he did the similar thing. He didn't stop and start, but he was able to use the defenseman, just moves to the inside to create the shooting lane to make sure it gets through. It actually goes between his legs. And I have to think, if you talk to Eric Cole, that he's going to say that after he saw Sutter's goal, his goal the last time, that the blocker side perhaps was the spot.
2:48 of overtime, and the second overtime game winner this season against Atlanta by Eric Cole, snapping it by Ondrej Pavelec. Next telecast Tuesday night at The Rock in New Jersey at that time. Hurricanes live from the RBC Center right after this on Fox Sports Carolinas.